This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
Hey, yo.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women, seasoned professionals, dues paid in full, gunning to be the best.
I'll always light the way, and all you have to do is let me in.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your wake-up call. Please move your asses for the Wrestle-Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on Podomatic.com, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you may find this fine nightly recording and live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We're talking about professional wrestling, both in the mainstream and independent scene. My name's Matty. That is CWK.
It's called Pop.
And joining us as always, Shintigercurl.
Next time on Dark Side of the Ring, Matty J's Wrestle-Cast was one of the best podcasts in the entire company.
How do I have a dark side?
That is until he allowed TWK to join it. I'm not talking about TWK. Fuck that dude. Wait. How much am I getting paid? Okay.
Fair enough. Believe me, that was undisputed clip of the week, and then I found out someone tried to use that. They got content ID'd. I'm running a good streak of no copyright nothing. Like, if I wanted to be monetized, I could.
Just a shame we're not popular enough.
Yeah.
Give me a few minutes. Just Alex, I am getting you on this show one way or another.
The door's open. Door is very much open.
Yep.
Not gonna lie to you.
Also, for anyone listening, once this goes up on the YouTubes and the Spotifys and the Podomacs and all that, please, if you're listening to us, please spread that URL.
Keep sharing those links.
Spread it like Johnny Swinger spreads VD.
It's both funny and allegedly true.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, it's true.
Okay, Johnny Swinger, you can sue Shintigercurl.
And now, let's not get into too much deep shit. We're just a bunch of marks with no money in our pockets, okay? But Matty, aren't you going on a cruise? I got it cheap, okay? I still have to pay $2,500. That's still not technically cheap, but it was like on the best deal possible. Seriously, look at some of those deals now. And that's without the hotel airfare and all the jazz. And the extras. Anyway. And it's not a forbidden door. Oh, God. Yeah, that's, we need to talk about that. Okay. So, yeah, the clip was supposed to be the dark side of the ring, as Shane alluded to. I wanted to get it, and then I heard things. I'm like, yeah, fuck. That and the lazy part of my brain went, yay! Yeah, my brain is going, fuck the wrestling. And then, of course, Dynamite, wait, are you sure about that? And next week it's like, thank God I got the internet package. Thank God I got the internet package. Yeah, in case you're wondering, there's no Wrestle-Cast next week. I'm bringing this laptop. And y'all thought it was tough to stream on internet on hotel Wi-Fi. I don't even know if cruise Wi-Fi is even doable. I mean,
everyone needs a vacation, Matty.
Indeed.
Believe me, I want to open the show with a 8-bit version of the Go-Go's Vacation. These guys heard it. Like, vacation, all I ever wanted.
I actually did not hear it.
I did.
Oh.
Just the tail end part of it, but I knew the song.
Fair
I
enough.
don't even think I would be able to recognize it because that does not sound like a recognizable song just from name alone.
Vacation, all I ever wanted. No?
Nope.
It plays in all the. Basically, if you need vacation commercial music, that's your go-to song. That's the go-to song.
It played over Far From Home. Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh, did it?
It did.
Wow. I do not remember that song at all.
Yeah, Terrorball's joking. It's like, leave the singing the T-dub. I say, dude, it's not, admittedly, it's not at a pitch I am good at singing at. And I know some of you can sing it. Shut up. I can sing.
Give
Just
Matty
not
a few
very
years.
well.
He'll be on karaoke.
There is a karaoke bar on the ship, to be fair.
Go
I'll
ham.
be in the smallest chance someone is going on Oasis of the Seas on the sailing that starts on May 15th. I'm around. Say hi. I'll have an AEW hat on and a
I
bunch
say
of
go ham, Matty. You never know. Some chick in the audience might say, "Hey, I want some of that Canadian off-key singing." You never know.
Oh god! Yeah, actually, and it wasn't Rugrats. Deep Cut says Cyber Rider. Fair enough. Yeah, there was a Rugrats VHS that had a snippet of Vacation, which I watched a lot as a kid. He said, "There you go." And MD brought it up as well. It was on It was when the Rugrats went to Vegas. There you go. Still better at it than the Leafs. Look, hey, let's not shit on the Leafs. The fact that they're actually keeping pace with this reigning defending Stanley Cup champions is something. Anyway, enough of that stuff. We don't have a rampage, so that's why we're vamping a little bit. But yeah, let's have some fun. And should we begin with Kota Ibushi in that situation? I think we need to
It's
get
the first
with
item on my list, so
Good.
Hence the reason.
All right, so I shared something with you guys on the Twitter DMs on Wednesday. No, Thursday. It was through Selly on our AEW Dynamite call DM situation, and oh boy, on the surface, seems Kota Ibushi wants out of his contract because he thinks New Japan sucks. But some intrepid people who do their digging and due diligence, and there's a whole Twitter thread about this.
There are multiple threads.
There are multiple threads, and if you read into it, like, I don't know how deep you want to go into this. Like the one I shared was from at the Elite, the F Elite.
Yeah, I've
on
read
Twitter.
I've been reading several threads from several native Japanese speakers who've been translating them into English for the Western fans, and
there are a lot of people who are as deep into the Japanese stuff as we are into the North American stuff, so they do their digging as well. This whole situation between New Japan and Kota Ibushi is a lot deeper than it actually sounds and looks.
Yeah, from what I can tell from all these threads is they tried to bring him back a bit way too early, tried to push him back when he was only at 40%. So that was a huge sticking point for Kota Ibushi, as well as apparently getting in bed with organized crime.
Which is alleged. I mean, obviously, no, there is history of the Yakuza in pro wrestling, and Ricky Dozan infamously died out of that situation. That's blunt, that's generalizing. It's deeper than that.
Yeah.
But the more I reach for it, the more I'm thinking, look, but Kota said, well, I wasn't ready. And of course, they announced, that's when they announced it for New Japan Cup last year, but he said, well, no, dude, I'm not fucking healed yet. Okay. So he tries to come back, and he shows up at a couple of wrestling shows, not even as a competitor, just behind the scenes, like most wrestlers did before pandemic times. That's not uncommon.
It should be noted that the shows he appeared at were Just Tap Out shows hosted by Taka Michinoku.
So
Yeah.
he's still within the company, technically. Nothing wrong. And of course, they shit on that. And he wants to be on the Forbidden Door thing. New Japan says, dude, you're not ready. So, of course, Koto, whose stock in wrestling in general fell due to, let's see, there's injuries. There's the fact that he lost the title when injured. Or no, he was forced to vacate the title. And this is alleged. When he took his doses, his body did not take them well.
Yeah.
So the whole story of this is deep. It's detailed. I can't possibly take. We would be here for 2 or 3 hours explaining the whole list of things on both sides of the coin here.
It's a lot of madness, really.
This to me is 2 things. One, Kota Ibushi, who is a known and eccentric. He's done weird shit, folks, and his New Japan contract is his first long-term contract. This is Kota Ibushi trying to be Kota Ibushi, and everyone telling him, no, fuck off, you're not doing that. Now, of course, if you hear that and Kota Ibushi wants to be Kota Ibushi, of course you're going to be mad, but on the other end, all the injuries, all the stuff, all the things, and New Japan wants to pull a Fed and say, hey, dude, you've lost so much time. How about we just tack on some time to the contract so you could, work it back out?
Yeah.
He's still unemployed. He's still getting paid. It's just, well, look, we've lost some time with you. At this point, we just want some of that time back. And Kota Ibushi goes on that epic Twitter rant. Calling them fascists, calling them this, calling them that. And giving them associations with Japanese mafia. I'm like, wait, time out. Noah had some links. Some. But according to Japanese law, that's illegal. Can't do that anymore. So,
And you should also know that in the past 10 years, the amount of people in the Yakuza has dwindled to under 20,000.
And it's rough living for those 20,000.
Yeah, it's the time of Yakuza being on top of the world when it comes to top living in Japan has definitely come and gone.
Like, they can't even get a good restaurant anymore. They're banned. That being said, that's the one thing. I think Kota Ibushi's trying to be Kota Ibushi, and the world is telling him, fuck off, sit down. The other thing I have to think of is, I think both Kota and New Japan, the management, the upper management, I think both are trying to play hardball and losing, and it's not looking good for either.
Mm-hmm. Part of me wants to think that this might be because Kota's just not really used to just working exclusively for one single company, because he's been like the Sid Justice of Japanese wrestling. He's been a nomad. He just goes from one promotion to another wherever he's needed, and I think he might have taken what they asked of him the wrong way, since he's always, he's marched to the beat of his own drum. So it could potentially be that. So,
like I said, I don't blame Kota for being mad, but here's the thing: this is a long-term contract. You, Kota, you signed it.
Yeah,
should have read the fine print, bud. On the other hand, I think New Japan would. Look, extending the contract, that's fair. If it's within the contract, it's within their right to do that. But the whole injury thing, I'm like, dude, y'all are better than that. Y'all know it.
Yeah. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world. You got to give him time to be at 100%. Not
the vaccine
65.
thing, that's fair. That's a 1 in a million thing, and it sucks. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah. So it just really depends on what you really are, what's out there, and what you really want to believe. So I think this might be a little bit of New Japan not really appreciating him, and a little bit of Kota just blowing things out of proportion when it's
trying
really
to
just
stir up
normal.
something to get himself fired. And he's claimed to be fired, but nothing official has come out yet, reputing those claims. There's no confirm or denial here. It's literally Kota saying, oh, I'm fucked, when really he's just stuck in a contract.
Yeah.
He's basically Mustafa Ali, but in a better company.
Yeah.
Like, and for those taking this too seriously, dude, I took it seriously too, and then right into it, I'm like, wait a minute. I think Kota is Kota's trying to be Kota Ibushi, and it's the fact that he's not allowed to be full Kota Ibushi. You know, the aloof, the eccentric, the independent mind, the nomad, as you brought it up. Yeah, both are looking dumb, looking bad out of this, but this is one of those things. I think Kota is rightfully mad to be not participating in Forbidden Door because New Japan wants to put Kota Ibushi on bubble wrap, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, I want to see a Kota Ibushi match in AEW.
Honestly, how is he doing health-wise?
Yeah,
I think right now he's around 60. Last I heard, like around March or April, he was around 60% recovered.
That's not good enough. No. If you're gonna do Forbidden Door with Kota Ibushi, he needs to be at least 85% or greater. That's still too low.
85% to be halfway decent in a tag match to get some reps in. So in that case, if it's like at 40%. Now he said it looks like New Japan is taking that 40% seriously. Now he wants to wrestle at 60. If New Japan says no, you said yourself you're not healthy yet. You're benched. Get a doctor.
Yeah.
You've got to play both sides here.
And considering his style, if he goes in at 60%, that just makes things worse.
Yeah. So this is pretty simple. Kota wants to do something. New Japan says no, sit down, and he's crying about it. Look, I'm not. This is all alleged stuff. This is all hearsay. And Kota Ibushi sided with New Japan, doing what New Japan does.
Well, do you guys want some good news?
Now let's get to some good news. Let's get out of here.
It's a much happier news. Tammy Sitch is going to jail.
This was breaking news today, as a matter of fact. The old Sonny was in court. And, of course, Sonny wasn't already in deep shit. She was on bail. Guess what, folks? Revoked. Off the jail you go.
Yeah, judge was like, okay, you're clearly a danger to society, so to jail you go.
Fuck you, jail.
Go directly to...
Sorry, go ahead.
Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Straight to jail.
Now the joke should be: do not go past go. Do not collect 200 bottles of beer on the wall. Directly to jail. But not too much.
Well, I'm sure she can have plenty of booze via toilet wine.
Yep. Good old toilet liquor.
For some people, she earns her right to be rehabilitated. She's like, dude, she had what? 3 decades, multiple stints of rehab, WWE sponsored.
My sympathy for her ran out the moment that she killed a guy.
Pretty much, yeah.
My sympathy left when I found out she killed a guy drunk driving.
Yeah.
And JC got picked up the hint. In the immortal words of Nash Bozard, what the fuck's wrong with you, fame? Fuck you, jail.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And no, I'm not in the wrestling fuck thing. This is bye. And Mike Shell, go directly to jail. Do not collect $200 from OnlyFans.
And this is and I hope to God Jey Uso is looking at this shit and this gives him a wake up call.
Jimmy
Uso, my bad. Jimmy Uso. Hope he looks at this shit and realizes, yeah, it can go like this. Clean up your act, son. You got too much to lose. Don't be Tammy Sitch. Do not drink and get behind the wheel and think WWE is going to clean it up. If you kill someone by the wheel, WWE is just going to cast you into the wind and just completely clean their hands of you. You have chances.
Cyberwriter in the chat. I'd say she should be banned from the WWE Hall of Fame, but something tells me WWE's morality is selective. No. But 2, I think there were several personalities calling for her to be removed.
I think that Soul Monster might have brought that she's not on the website as far as Hall of Fame goes.
We can verify that right now. I am on the Google.
If it's true, then that's usually the first sign of getting the boot out of the hall.
Yeah, because there is no physical Hall of Fame, so the best thing we got is the WWE.com website.
Usually. All right, let's see. Website. Do we have Hall of Fame? Do we? We're looking at the champions. There's a lot of champions, by the
And
way.
yeah,
in case you're
JC,
wondering.
she was in the Hall of Fame because during that time, it was believed that she had cleaned up her act.
And
Yeah.
to be fair, she at the time when she was inducted, she had a streak of like 4 years where she was clean, ish.
Yeah. And then she just fell right back in again.
Yeah.
And then she fell, and kept falling until she killed an elderly man.
And before anybody says it, this is not like when Scott Hall fell off the wagon before he died. That's because isolation for COVID, it fucks with people, especially if you're used to being around people. If that's something you're used to,
Yeah.
it can mess with you.
Yeah, Scott
Hey,
clearly seemed like an extra.
There's a reason why I'm glad I took that time off, because I didn't for me, the routine would have, obviously the routine's fucking with me now, but the introvert enjoys this, but I would have lost my marbles years ago if I was alone. I'm glad I'm living with my folks right now.
Yeah.
We'll straight up say it. I am living with my parents, been that for too long, but all right, as of right now, Sunning is still listed on the website for the WWE Hall of Fame.
Get her out! Out!
She's
Out!
still listed as of this moment on the website. As of recording, it will be 8:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, May 13th, 2022. So there's that.
Also, happy Friday the 13th, everyone. He drowned in all our sins. He drowned in our mistakes. Fueled by the flood, we pay in blood. The curse of Crystal Lake.
Now it just reminds me of that Pablo Francisco joke.
Oh, God, yeah.
Which one?
Jimmy, where are you? Jimmy, is that you? Come on, man, it's not funny. I'm gonna go get naked and take a shower, Jimmy.
I remember that one, yeah.
It's on YouTube, folks. Check it out. Okay.
So that's some good news. Some other news I have. Retromania wrestling update still coming soon. You know, Chris May, all the gameplay updates they made to it, still being pending testing by the console developers.
Yep.
So yeah, unfortunately, Steam, you just put up there, it's good to go. But when it comes to like Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, they got put through apparently a whole bunch of testing, and it's been over a week already. Come on, Nintendo, hurry up! I want to get that update. Sons of guns. Well, and staying on the topic of professional wrestling video games, coming out this Tuesday, May 17th, the Most Wanted pack for WWE 2K22, which will include Cactus Jack, The Boogeyman, Big Van Vader, Ilya Dragunov, and Indy Hartwell.
Nice.
Yeah. I need to turn on my PS4 to download the first pack. I have the season pass for that.
Oh yeah, you're about to get a double dosage then, because first pack included Yokozuna, Rikishi, Omos, Casey Canzaro, and Umanga.
That's
You
Umaga
said-
for playing at home and not paying mind to the running gag, but yes.
When you said Most Wanted pack, I expected Nails to be in it since he's a convict.
I doubt,
Dude, the way he got himself fired from the company, I'll be shocked if I see Nails in a Fed game ever.
Yeah, like that's no. And for those who don't know,
folks, watch OSW. They profile their shit out of that.
Yeah, for those who don't know, he got fired because he started choking Vince McMahon over money.
And he had the balls to go after Vince during the steroid trial.
And he kind of ended up screwing up the whole steroid trial by doing so.
Yep.
No one ever said he was a smart gentleman.
Nope.
But he's still smarter than Ryback.
Yup.
I'd say they're comparable, really.
No, T-Dub. Ryback is still trying to tweet his way into wrestling again. Nails learned his lesson. Ryback has not.
Learning implies a level of intelligence. Nails learned that he should not have done what he did. Ryback hasn't learned jack shit.
Well, I'll take your word for it. We got...
Oh, Mike Shell. Nails. I have a bitch of an itch on my left ass cheek.
Now I'm imagining Ryback as Super Kami Guru.
No.
Don't do that. That's not funny.
Don't fuck up, though. Do not fuck Kami Guru. No. Out.
If he was Super Kami Guru, he'd try to fight Frieza and get killed for it.
He would die. He would die.
So, Frieza, I heard you wanted the Dragon Balls. Well, you're going to have to fight me, the Super Kami Guru.
And off goes his head.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently I was in Enigma's head when I said that. So, yay, two Nicks think alike.
Oh, yeah.
So we have another update for AEW Fight Forever via Sports Gamer Online, where they said SGO was told that the movesets in general will be limited, akin to an early 2000s wrestling game, while customization options for wrestlers will leave people wishing they had more. One source said, "Don't expect all the licensed music that the wrestlers have for their entrance themes to make into the game." One said there's a reason they are showing only wrestlers with themes created specifically for AEW in their previews. And one person said the following side regarding the game's development: the expectations set were games like No Mercy and Here Comes the Pain were set as inspiration games with good gameplay but reduced customization. If the game is fun, no one will care about the other stuff.
You know what? That's fair.
Apparently, the story mode has been one of the major focuses from development. So here's hoping that's good. And really, at the end of the day, the gameplay is the most important part. So if they're able to get that down, that will ease a lot of the frustrations with all the other avenues that they may be lacking in.
Yeah.
Because like Retromania Wrestling doesn't have very many modes, but the gameplay is excellent, and that's why I put hours into that one. And I'll put even more hours once that update is out.
We're still waiting.
Come on, Nintendo! What are you doing? How long's it? Here's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming that it's in this long queue where they're testing all these other games updates first, and they're like, that's just an indie wrestling game. We'll get to that whenever.
I think we got a new guy in the chat.
Oh,
Rageful Eric?
Yeah, I don't recognize him.
I think he's been around for a while. It's just
no, he follows us on Twitter. That much I do
Yeah.
know.
Oh, okay.
Welcome aboard, bud.
First time. Hi, Eric. Welcome to the show.
Hello! Yeah, I believe he was here a few weeks ago.
He has been, yeah.
I don't remember.
Also, some good news. I believe the chat is giving us is the chat doing a thumbs up? Are they doing a thumbs down? I believe they're doing both, because Sami Callihan has returned!
He has. Oh, boy. Let's talk about the fact that Moose was pissed, but thumbs up, thumbs down man was angrier.
Yeah, apparently
very much angrier.
So apparently all of those, what's the phrase? What's the name I'm looking for? All those Grindhouse vignettes were for Sami Callihan, which is a very interesting way for him to return. But hey, got the crowd popping.
If he makes a Death Proof reference, I will love him again.
Most people don't like that movie.
I love Death Proof.
Yay! I'm glad I'm not the only one. It's a cheesy but fun movie to watch.
Yeah. Come on, it's Kurt Russell driving a car, an awesome muscle car. What more do you want?
All while getting his ass kicked by like 3 women.
Yep.
What's not to love?
Mm-hmm.
All right, getting on over to the land of all elite wrestling, which emanated from the least magical place in the world, Long Island, New York.
Oh, and we need to start about this. Holy shit, folks. Okay. It starts with Johnny Hungy, Meat Man, taking on CM Punk.
No,
That's not how it starts. Start with the Owen Hart Foundation tournament.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Adam Cole versus Dax Harwood.
Yeah. See, that's how much of a burnout I'm going through right now. Next, I need that cruise.
Yes, you do, and this is also why I'm the list man.
That's why you're the list man, and that's why we missed you last week.
Yeah,
God damn you, tornadoes!
Yeah, there was
Fuck you, Twister!
There was tornado warnings in my area going on for like an hour.
We brought it up when we explained your absence, but yeah, fuck you, Twister!
Yeah, thankfully there were no tornadoes in my area, just warnings that they could go off at any moment.
Only because they were busy chasing Bill Paxton.
Is that a Twister reference?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Groovy. Well, as I noted, Adam Cole went on one-on-one with Dax Harwood, and oh boy, was this one hell of an opener. Like, god damn, Dax Harwood is great.
Dax Harwood is a singles wrestler in a tag team. The way he's wrestling, he's a tag team guy, but the way he wrestled, good work. Yeah, he's missing out on a decent singles career. Let's put it that way.
The one thing I loved about this crowd is that they desperately wanted Dax to win, as he was representing Bret Hart.
Yep.
And the moment that Adam Cole started tuning up the band, you could just a loud chorus of boos, just one of the loudest ones you hear all night.
Outside of Wardlow, of course.
And you know Martha was booing along with them.
Yeah, Martha Hart and the entire Hart family.
Yep, Martha, Oja, and Athena were all there.
They were there, as in they were watching wrestling.
Need to remind you that at Dark Side of the Ring, Athena Hart said that she hated wrestling, not WWE, just wrestling. Period, because it took her dad from her. So this was big for her to be attending a wrestling show.
If Tony Khan can somehow heal those wounds, then goddamn, he's got the magic touch.
And somehow, I think Chris Jericho was involved in that.
Yeah, I get the feeling Jericho was involved somewhere in there.
That would be nice to hear. Nevertheless, one thing that was not nice was seeing Adam Cole make Dax tap out clean with a sharpshooter.
Which, that's beautiful heel heat, to be fair.
And they set it up perfectly by having Dax sell his ribs for the second half of the match.
Yep. Like the way Adam Cole kept on working all those ribs over and over again. I believe at one point shoving him into the turnbuckle post.
He did.
So yeah, it all built up to that beautiful finish. And then we got the match that Matty want to talk about. CM Punk, John Silver, one-on-one, and of course the ending with a big F you to Hangman.
Oh, the finish was great, but no, folks. And Eric, we're getting to the rewatch Rampage. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Which she confirmed she wasn't after her match with Scorpio Sky was bad. Finger pose were bad. I love Dynamite, like Rampage matches, but Rampage stuff with Shida being injured, which she confirmed that she wasn't. She was cleared on Monday, but it was too pushed back. I don't know. We'll get to that. So yeah, the finish with the buckshot lariat by Punk on Johnny Hungy. No, that was fun. No, folks, no. Long Island fucking hates CM Punk because hockey jokes. So what does Punk Joe do? Well, he's trying to get some of that heel adulation, that face adulation back. He's trying to get the crowd back. He's wearing an Islanders jersey. And half the crowd's booing, and the other crowd's like, yay! It's like, hey, wait a minute. I'm looking at the sleeves. No.
He turns around.
No. He says, cut the music. And you could tell Long Island is booing, but Punk, he does better. It's clobbering time! Turns around, and what does the back of the jersey say, T-Dub?
I can't remember the player's name, but I know he didn't last long for the Islanders. And
No. Tavares. Tavares.
Who betrayed the team and went to Toronto.
Correction. His contract ran out, and instead of re-signing with the Islanders, he signed with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, according to Islanders fan, they call it a betrayal.
Well, that's because they're still very much fucking salty. There's a reason people burned those jerseys when Tavares left. Folks, his contract ran out. He was an unrestricted free agent. And the GM there, he said he got a dump truck full of money. And John Tavares went, okay. But they took it as an affront, and Punk knew that. Turns around all of the heel heat. If you're a hockey fan, you're going golf clap. I'm like, yeah, that's heel heat. Yeah, fuck you, Long Island, is what CM Punk is directly fucking saying. Who, by the way, he knew he was gonna get that reaction because he's a hockey fan too. Well played, Mr. Punk. Well played.
So yeah, just getting heel heat in all the ways. First with the hockey sweater, and then with the finish, just knowing how to work that crowd like a boss.
Thank God I'm back to preview that show. Just saying.
Woo! So afterwards, Hangman and Punk had a face-to-face, and Punk said that Hangman will shake his hand whether he's conscious or not, to which Hangman responded with a good old-fashioned middle finger to the face.
And an F-bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's Hangman, and he's don't taking anyone's shit.
Oh, this is the equivalent of wearing an Edmonton jersey in Calgary or a Maple Leafs jersey in Toronto, Montreal, or vice versa. No. It's a Nordiques jersey at the Bell Center. People are salty about that rivalry, folks.
Do you think this would get as much heat as, say, let's see, what's another good one?
Let's put it this way. Britt Baker was wearing a Penguins jersey. She didn't get that much heat.
That's true, yeah. Yeah.
Punk had the right note. He hit the right nerve to step on.
Because he is a hockey nerd.
Oh, yeah.
In our next match, Twinis defeated Danhausen in about 20 seconds.
I think this would count as the first ever squash match in AEW history.
That was a squash, yes.
Which
sorry, go ahead.
I would be upset over it, but I think this was done more to get Tony Nese over as a heel. I mean, what better heel is there is than squashing one of the most popular guys on the company in under 20 seconds.
Logically, you don't know what Danhausen has to offer. If you're new to this Danhausen and are enjoying the meme, you're going, oh yay, we finally get that, and it's cock blocked. So yeah, it doesn't hurt Danhausen, yeah, slightly, but you haven't seen him. If you only followed him in Ring of Honor, then okay, you're slightly miffed. But if you're just enjoying the myth of Danhausen, you don't even know how he's wrestled yet. You still have that. And yes, Danhausen is cleared because if he wasn't, he would have taken that. He would not have been allowed to even do what he was doing.
After the match, Tony Nese decided to give a bit more knees to Danhausen before he was about to deliver the ultimate knees with the knee pad pulled down. Out came Hook to rescue his new best friend. And now Hookhausen is official and is now official for Double or Nothing pre-show. Hookhausen versus Tony Nese and Smart Mike Sterling.
And Taz is not happy about it.
No, Taz on Rampage tonight says that Mike Sterling is going to get pal-driven and cursed.
Or both.
That too.
So this is going to be a very interesting team. I think this could be the modern-day Rock and Sock.
I can see that.
I can see that as well. The name of running to the Islanders heat. What about Elias KO heat? That was close. That was real close.
Ooh, that was some good heat.
That was some good sports.
That was
sports
some
heat.
biblical heat. That was some biblically large heat right there in that segment.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell that neither he nor Kevin Owens saw the heat come. They're like, whoa, okay, we got something here.
And KO being a professional fucking asshole, a professional wrestling asshole, he jumped on that fucking vein multiple times.
Could deep fry Coke with that heat.
Goddamn right. And for those wondering, yeah, the drug or the beverage, the answer is yes, and you know it.
Yes.
And to arrange Eric in the chat, I know his name is Smart Mike Sterling because I watch Danhausen's vlogs, and that's what he says in them. And Danhausen is not a liar, so his name is Smart Mike Sterling.
Yes. Just like his other friends, Rod and Todd Ass.
Yes.
And let's not forget, all ego, Egon Page.
Yes, that too.
Ass boys. Bump, bump.
Anyways, moving on. We had the MJF Wardlow contract sign, which includes the Dark Side of the Ring parody.
Oh my god. Oh, I rewatched that at work. Smile on my face. Smile on my face.
I'm sorry, Jay Lethal. I'm sorry, Ric Flair, but you have been dethroned as the funniest segment in wrestling history.
No. Equal footing. I think this is equal footing, I think. But
This is
goddamn.
sarcastic because this one brought out of the woodwork of all wrestling legends Barry
Barry
motherfucking
goddamn
Horowitz.
Horowitz.
It was good before that. As soon as they brought out Barry Horowitz, I'm like, that
And
segment.
Sean Dean is a jobber.
He should know. Barry Horowitz is a legendary Jewish wrestler.
Oh God.
No, I'm not even joking here. I'm going to say this right now, guys. I'm not even joking. Barry Horowitz is in my stable.
Boy stable?
He is in my boy stable.
Nice.
Good old pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the
Hell
back.
yeah.
Good old
Hell
Barry
yeah.
Horowitz. Boy stable for life.
Hell yeah.
I've seen enough mid-90s Raw to know that this guy Barry Horowitz actually is good talent.
He just happens to be a boy.
And he also just happens to be so good that he's just good at putting people over, and thus he was a job guy for life in WWE.
He is the definition of what a job guy should be in
I would
professional
say
wrestling.
it's him, Special Delivery Jones, and Rene Goulet.
Add Gilbert.
And
Dwayne
Gilbert,
Gill.
of course.
and Brooklyn Brawler.
Exactly.
Oh,
By the way,
yes.
shout out to Colt Cabana got to do that in Young Rock, by the way.
And by the way, you know who ended up playing Steve Austin?
Who?
I'm trying to remember who it is.
Luke Hawx.
Oh, good for him.
Nice.
Looks decent as Stone Cold with hair.
No, he doesn't look anything like him, unfortunately.
Enough. Good enough.
Anyways, moving on. This segment with MJF and Wardlow was absolutely magic because MJF had the whole crowd in his hand because it's just like...
Welcome to Bizarro-Land.
I'm sorry, Matty. Canada has been dethroned with the name
You know
BIZARO-LAND.
what? We've been shitting on that thing ever since. We know what good wrestling is in Canada. So you know what? Long Island, have fun with the fucking label. You will have fun with that label.
So it's official from an official Canadian. It's official. Long Island, you are now the new BIZARO-LAND.
Yeah,
You are,
MJF coming
you
out
are
and,
at
like,
least
fist-
AEW's Bizarro-Land.
He was like fist bumping all the fans. He was just hugging people. He was hanging out with them like he was Chris Jericho in the mid-90s.
He
Like,
was
this guy-
hamming it up.
This guy even went like, hey, all you people in the cheap seats, I know you don't have a lot of money, but you're still beautiful.
Insults them, and he still gets fucking cheered.
Because he still called them beautiful. He's like, hey, I know you don't
Oh,
have a lot of money.
a rageful Eric in the chat. Sean Spears bringing out the perfect 10 stuff for the 10 lashes. Mwah! Chef's kiss.
And the crowd popped for it, and then...
And the crowd popped for it too.
Yep,
That's
and
the
then
best
came the-
part.
And of course came the piece de resistance. MJF saying, what I don't want to see is everyone in the arena getting up off their seats and booing Wardlow if he tries to speak. Please do not wink.
Wink,
do that,
wink, 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 wink.
And of course, Wardlow tries to speak. Super loud boos.
I like
Vicky
the fact that
Guerrero heat.
I like the fact that Wardlow didn't even attempt to speak, even just getting
Like he
drowned.
knew.
He knew there was no way he was. Wardlow was not a bad. He's not bad on the stick. It's just he ain't gonna get a word in edgewise. Not on Long Island. Not against MJF.
And then, of course, Wardlow tried to sign the contract, but the cuffs are in the way. They take the cuffs off. He signs it, and then he starts wrecking all sorts of shit. And then he puts Smart Mike Sterling through the table.
I think Wardlow is going for the record for most security guards beaten up by a single wrestler during his run.
I would like to. Someone needs to take record of just how many goons they've defeated in a single month period. Someone needs to look that up, because I think Wardlow might actually.
There must be some kind of record here.
Somebody has to keep that stat.
There's got. Yeah, I'm with you. There's got to be some record here. Oh, he destroyed the DPW roster again, including John Blood. Including John Blood. Poor bastard. Including John Blood.
I would love it if Chris Danger was in there getting his ass kicked.
He'd be marking the fuck out. He'd be telling stories. And Raven for Rachel. Someone protect John Blood. Or feed John Blood to Wardlow.
No, feed Duel to him. Feed Duel.
Feed Duel.
No,
Duel
no.
needs to do it.
Feed Slip to him. Feed Slip.
No, Slip is too wholesome. He needs to be alive.
He hates on Sting far too much for my liking. He needs to be fed.
He's got a huge crush on Rosemary, so he's good. He's good in my book.
Your book is terrible.
My book is full of wholesome human beings like Slip Von Slippington and Duel Duelson.
You're not making your book sound very
agree?
nice.
Can we just agree, gentlemen, that all three need to be in a handicap match against Wardlow?
Yes.
So at this point, all three. If we can't agree, how about all three?
All right, so while we're talking about that, we must now move on to Ricky Starks, who, thanks to inadvertent interference from Swerve, was able to defeat Jungle Boy to retain his Fuck the World Championship.
That's what it's called, folks.
That's you said his name wrong, teed up.
Pretty Ricky
Swerve?
to call him.
Ah, Pretty Ricky.
Pretty Ricky, what they call him.
Yipah.
So yeah, it seems that they're building towards a three-way tag team title match at Double or Nothing between, of course, Jurassic Express, Team Taz, and what do we call this team? Limitless Swerve?
I think that's what it was called.
Swerve in their glory.
Oh, swerve in their glory. Oh, swerve in their glory.
Well, whatever the tag team would be called, the one thing they might be is champions soon. Because I don't see Jungle Boy holding on to that belt for very long with the way Christian is just throwing daggers at him with his eyeballs.
Yep. It's good. If they pull the trigger on this match, you got three of the best big men in the company versus three of the best young guns in the company.
And let's be honest here. There's a very specific thing when it comes to two big dudes.
Big meaty man slapping me.
There we go.
Two more times since we got three big men in here.
Fair enough.
Big meaty man slapping me. Big meaty man slapping me.
There we go.
It's going to be a good time. And it's something that was not as good time as they wanted it to be was the Jericho Appreciation Society's victory speech, which was interrupted by the Blackpool Combat Club.
So basically, JAS, they do their own thing, and of course, Wild Thing hits, and and immediately I'm going, I fucking called it! Because what else happens? He comes out, Jericho goes, it's still 1 on 5. Danielson and Yuta showed up with a very cross-looking William Regal. And right behind the JES, Eddie with some eye makeup. The gruesome kind, not the pretty kind. Santana and Ortiz looking very much like they want to beat the fuck out of some JES. Ladies and gentlemen, what have I been saying about ever since JES and BCC came out? Wrestling versus sports entertainment. Here's your fucking feud right there. Tony, if you're listening, I don't know how much of a creative department you got, but I can help. I'm cheap.
Since William Regal was in here, we got to let the you know who describe this particular segment.
You know who?
The JAS came out to talk some mad shit about Eddie Kingston and Proud and Powerful. Chris Jericho was acting like a real bellend. Then John Moxley came out there. Then the rest of the BCC came out with William Regal. William Regal was cross.
And William Regal unleashed onto Chris Jericho the power of the punch!
Folks, when William Regal has that look on your face, run. Fucking run. Next week they got Jericho versus William Regal. Jericho and Regal in a promo segment. Gird your loins.
This would have been perfect for the Uncle Ruckus button if you made it, Matty.
You're not kidding. You are not kidding.
And for those wondering what the match will be, don't worry about the babyfaces being overpowered, because Yuta, starting next week, will be heading over to Japan for the best.
He's
of
in
Super
New
Juniors.
Japan for the best of Super Juniors in the next few weeks. So this is going to be 5-on-5, which is perfect for us anyway. So good luck to Yuta. Kick some ass, bud. But we got some holdovers.
It's good to see Yuta one last time on Dynamite before he made his intrepid trip overseas. And by the way, he's got family over in Japan, so he's definitely got a place to stay at least.
He cool.
Good luck, Yuta. Represent AEW well.
I believe
I have
he
no
will.
doubt he will. And in our second to last Hart Foundation tournament match, Tony Storm defeated Jamie Hayter in one hell of a match.
Beautiful match to watch too.
Why?
There
Listen,
it is.
we know you want a Hayter to win the whole thing, but
No, just why?
I don't think he
Jamie
cares
Hayter-
about win or lose. I think he's just
I'm asking, why is Jamie Hayter? Why? Jamie Hayter is improbable. Nay, impossible. Just why?
how?
Exactly. How to? How is
No, that's
Jamie
not
Hayter?
how is she impossible?
She just is. She is impossible.
She clearly isn't. She was on television, existing.
And that's what makes her impossible.
Look, let's invoke a little bit of Enzo Amore, though we don't like to do it. She is hot as hell, and you can't teach that.
So are a lot of women on this roster. What's your point?
Yeah, but they're not Jamie.
And I don't get it. What
You know what? Spike Spiegel. I love a woman who could kick my ass.
that could
Thank
also
you.
describe a lot of other women on the roster as well.
But just Jamie Hayter.
I'm pretty sure Hikaru Shida could kick your ass as well.
Not as well as Jamie Hayter.
I mean, can she use a kendo stick?
She doesn't need a kendo stick. She's Jamie Hayter.
Nevertheless, Tony Storm picked up the victory with a pretty snug-looking pile driver. I
Safe,
feel
though.
that, from what I can tell, she seems to be replacing that as the Storm Zero instead of the Tiger Driver. Since, she hasn't been dating Tyler Bate for the longest of times.
Are they still together?
No. Tony Storm's been with Juice Robinson for a while.
Oh yeah, that's right. They are married. Damn, my bad. I
I don't think they're married, but they are together at least.
I know they're engaged.
However, one thing I do, wouldn't be surprised if that's the reason why she changed it to Storm Zero, because originally she used Tyler Bates' finisher and called that Storm Zero.
And now she's using moves from that arch traitor.
Arch Traitor?
Yeah, that arch traitor.
Who's the betrayer?
Not so Juice Robinson.
He didn't betray anyone.
He turned his back on all of his fans by joining that bastard Jay White.
Wait, you're talking about the Grace
No.
faction? of all
He did
professional
not join.
wrestling?
He did not join. He did not join that dude. He just joined Bullet Club.
AK, the greatest faction in the history of professional wrestling that's soon going to have not only the United States champion Hard Rock Juice Robinson, but it's also going to have World Heavyweight Champion.
By the way,
Jay White.
Hard Rock Juice Robinson, fucking awesome name.
You're not even a fan of Bullet Club anymore. You
Of course I am. I play the theme song all the time.
No, you're not. You're not a fan of Bullet Club anymore. You turned your back on them for Honor No More, and
I can be a fan of both.
No, you can't. You can only be a fan of one douchebag in wrestling. Pick one.
I can't. They're both awesome.
At least one of them has a cool nickname, Switchblade or King Switch. Those are two good nicknames. What's the other guy got?
He's Matt Taven.
Exactly. He has to tell you repeatedly who he is because he doesn't have a cool nickname.
You know, this show's on automatic at this point. I just gotta let them rant for a couple of minutes and chill.
Glad you're having fun, Matty, because I'm actually trying to explain why Matt Taven is actually a good wrestler because, hey, guess what? Which faction actually won the match at the last pay-per-view?
No thanks to him.
It's all thanks to him.
No, he was too busy being inconsequential, which is what his lot in life is.
He has won every championship in Ring of Honor.
He is a living perception filter from Doctor Who. Nobody notices him, even when they're looking right at him.
Mike, you hearing this?
One day, you're going to regret the words of which
One day, when the next Doctor comes out, he's going to change the TARDIS's outward appearance from a blue box into Matt Taven. No one will care.
Ow!
He'll just will, and no one will pay attention to him.
Well, one thing everyone was paying attention to was the main event between Jeff Hardy and Darby Allin, which was a no-rules match, and oh boy.
Car crash the matchup. Holy shit.
On one hand, I'm kind of disappointed that they let this match go through, but on the other hand, it's Darby Allin and Matt Hardy. They have to.
Jeff Hardy.
You said Matt.
Jeffrey Nero Hardy. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
If this is Matt Hardy, this match would not be as dangerous.
They went nuts.
Darby Allin doing a swanton off a ladder, off of the inside to the ring, to the outside, to Jeff Hardy through chairs. And then Jeff Hardy answering in kind, doing a swanton out of the ring onto Darby Allin, but Darby moved out of the way, so Jeff Hardy just lands right onto the steel steps.
And Darby was jealous.
Probably. And Darby Allin hit the coffin drop, thought he was going to go for the pin, but Jeff Hardy rolls him up with a wrestling move, hey, for the win.
Damn.
I love that finish. I loved it so much.
So
it was so beat up, could not counter.
Yep, so in the next match, Jeff Hardy will be going up against Adam Cole, baby.
I'm rooting for Chugs.
And then moving on over to Rampage, Death Triangle made their return, defeating Mark Quinn, the Butcher, and the Blade of the Andrade family office.
Decent enough match.
Yeah. Fun opener.
It was a fun opener made to get Death Triangle over after being absent for so long, and hey, it's just good to see them as a trio once again. And by the way, Tony Khan has confirmed that he has trios championships made.
Yeah,
He's got them. He's just waiting for the good timing.
I'm assuming they're going to be unveiled sometime in between Double or Nothing or All Out. And
I think that's the summer thing. I think that's the summer thing going into All Out.
Yeah, All Out, we're going to crown trios champions. And as I've said multiple times before, please make these intergender belts. That'd be great. Nevertheless, Death Triangle won. Kyle O'Reilly was in the crowd, nodding along approvingly.
Mm-hmm.
This is when Kyle O'Reilly is actually funny.
When he's actually just allowed to be himself?
Yes.
And then my next note here says, House of Black play Mind Games.
Mind Games.
So so in other words, they were mind taking.
They appeared in the ring, and then they just as quickly disappeared.
Beep, boop. Like that.
And then Sean Spears squashed Bear Boulder. That was decent, I suppose.
Sean Spears
This man
fuck?
Sean Spears is under fucking rated. And the fact that he's in AEW, that shocks me that I have to say that.
Well, when you're in a roster as good as AEW has, I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to compete with that.
What I also loved, as soon as he beat Bear Boulder, he immediately went outside to get a chair because he needed to get his rocks off.
You know, he's phrasing, but yeah.
He's like a crackhead when it comes to chairs and chair shots.
Oh, yes, he is. Also, next match was Riho versus Ruby Soho, and the first note I have here about is guy dancing to Riho's theme. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Good on that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's awesome.
Do you, bud.
As was this match with Riho working over Ruby Soho's leg and Ruby Soho trying so desperately to fight through the pain to get the victory. And she had to come up with a new finisher because she couldn't use No Future because Riho had that scouted and her leg was too bummed to hit it. So what she had to do instead? She had to use, as Excalibur called it, Blade Runner!
Please tell me Riho's not dating Jay White.
Ruby Soho.
Please tell me Ruby Soho isn't dating Jay White.
No, because Jay White recently got married.
Please tell me he didn't get married to any decent woman.
She actually did look quite decent.
Shen, can we riff the character, not the behind the scenes guy.
Okay, fine.
Let's shit on the character, not the guy behind the character, please.
He'll get a pass.
Yeah, Jay White recently actually got married, and in the picture with them together, he of course is wearing a jacket with no shirt.
That's just goddamn tacky. That's just goddamn tacky.
No, it's because he has to show off the six-pack.
Ew.
Why?
You do that, but there are women out there who like that shit.
Yeah.
If I want to look at a pack of abs, I can look at Tony Nese.
We'll be getting to him soon enough. I'm certain. Do I actually have him on this?
No, we talked about Tony Nese versus Dan Houser. We did bring that up.
So yeah, we already brought that up. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. We had a good promo backstage between the Acclaimed and Gun Club. That was funny stuffs.
Missed it because of the nephews.
So, Billy Gunn wanted the Gun Club and Acclaim to come up with a new catchphrase and hand gesture. First, the hand gesture. The Gun Club suggested putting their hands up in the air and bringing it down to the crotch, to which Billy Gunn said, "No, we are not doing that. No way."
No, he's like, no. And immediately I'm thinking, that's a fucking button. That needs to be a fucking button.
Make it happen, Matty.
Make it happen.
As soon as I could get it.
And then, of course, the Acclaim suggested scissoring, which Billy Gunn went, "Yeah, that's great." And then came the catchphrase. The Gun duo decided, "Hey, how about we've got 2 words for you?" To which Billy Gunn said, "They'll never get over." And then, of course, here comes Max Caster with, "How about, yo, listen?" To which Billy Gunn says, "Loved it." And they celebrated by scissoring each other.
Scissor.
And that's how the segment ended, with all 5 men scissoring each other.
I need to see all 5 of these men scissoring each other.
You should. It's a great
Phrasing.
segment. And then it was announced that Shida was injured in her street fight with the good Professor
Serena Deeb.
And that there would be a new
See, I'm
replacement
not the
for her.
only one who forgets names, folks.
I don't forget anything.
Dude, you were sounding exactly like I sound when I forget a fucking name.
I know what you're talking about. Anyways, so Shida had to be replaced, but the baddies, that being Jade Cargill, who was all green, all money, who was out there with Smart Mike Sterling, as well as Red Velvet and Kier Hogan, a.k.a. the baddies, they were not happy about there being a replacement announced. And who was that replacement? None other than the former greatest alien in all of the known galaxy, Chris Statlander!
She's been taken over by the Venom symbiote.
Yeah.
It's only a little black on her eyes.
That's how it always starts with the Venom symbiote.
Oh,
You're
no,
overreacting.
Eric in the chat. Injured elevated enzymes. Look, she was cleared on Monday, but not quick enough. That's what we've been told. She's in Japan right now, technically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nevertheless,
Cleared to
Chris
fly until
Statlander-
Monday. The whole time thing. They'll figure something out.
Nevertheless, Chris Statlander, Red Velvet should be decent stuffs.
Yeah.
Especially with Red Velvet now working as a heel.
Which she is a natural.
Indeed.
So
Yes, I
far,
dig it.
she's fitting in just fine.
A trio
And,
of black girls. Nice.
And I love how they use fans made of money. That's great.
Hey, well, you know what? That's Jade Cargill.
It's
Yep.
just, like, these two just have instant chemistry with each other, and it's great. Love it. And then it seems that tensions are brewing between Scorpio Sky and Man of the Year during their promo right before the main event. And then during the main event, Scorpio Sky defeated Kazarian, but shenanigans were afoot as Egon Page. I'm sorry about getting that name wrong.
Let's call
Egon
it All Ego Ethan Page. Come on, let's give him some respect. He's got a good toy vlog.
Yeah, that's why I said all ego, Egon Page.
All Ego Ethan Page. Get it right. I don't care if it's Danhausen.
All ether, Egon Page.
Dave! I'm Dave and you, not Danhausen. Besides, you're stealing Danhausen's gimmick.
Now I'm putting respect on the gimmick. Do you have any Danhausen merch? I do. So I'm not getting cursed. You are. Get some merch.
Yeah. Give me some human dollars so I could get that merch first, okay?
Nevertheless, the Men of the Year interfered, and they helped
did.
Scorpio Sky retain. And initially, he was like, "What? What happened?" And then he took the belt and smashed it over Kazarian's face, turning heel again, which is very confusing.
So
to me.
basically,
So is Sammy a babyface again? Because
I
he's
did
still
not.
feuding with Sky, but he's supposed
I
to be a heel. But Sky just turned heel, even though he's supposed to be what the fuck is going on here?
I did not care for this at all.
I was really looking forward to a Scorpio Sky face turn and then a feud with Ethan Page.
That would have been nice, but
you know what? I still feel that there's some seeds being planted there. You know, and of course, Ethan was so freaking passionate with that promo that, hey, you know what? It probably got through to his head. He's like, you know what? Fuck yeah, you're right. Fuck it. Boom. But you know what? And Eric said this was WCW bullshit. Sorry for cussing, dude. I'm fucking cussing right now. I know this is not WCW level though.
no.
No, this is. I think there's some long-term stuff, and they're going a little too quick for their tastes. That would be my bet.
I hope they know what they're doing here because there's money for a Scorpio Sky babyface run.
There
I'm not
is.
exactly a big fan of this, especially because once again, it feels like they're going back to Sky versus Sammy, but Sammy he seems like a natural heel in this feud, and Sky seems like a natural face. So it's
It's the fact that they got still Dan Lambert, and obviously All Ego still wants to be a heel. So again, a lot of stuff to unpack, and I still believe that the seed was planted. It's just okay, slow down here. We got to build the thing here first. That would be my guess. That would be my
I
logical
hope so.
guess, based on logical booking sensibilities, which AEW has more of than not.
Yeah, but I still didn't care for it. It may pay off sometime in the near future, but as of now, yeah.
Yeah,
just
this
as of
was
now,
they could have gone through the all clean and then right back to top team being top team, but the way they did it, fair. But I think shit now for a brighter future in a sense.
So I
Again,
guess
there's
that'll-
enough good booking here that anyway.
Here's something for a brighter future for the TNT title. So that's all the news I have this week, unless either of you have anything you'd
Right.
like to bring to the proverbial table.
I got about 3 pieces of news.
All
All right,
right.
what you got, kid?
All right, this is a little bit on the board gaming front, but last week, board gaming channel that I really enjoy and sub to, Shelfside, gave a review of the game that just got off Kickstarter and will be soon be in production for retail purchase. All Time Wrestling.
All right. Okay.
It is a card-based deck builder game where you basically use cards to play out an entire wrestling match. And based on I've seen a lot of board games that attempt to replicate, or at least somewhat replicate, professional wrestling in a board game form. This might be the best one.
All right, so I got three things to say here because we got a couple things that popped up on the chat. First off, is a VCR involved?
No.
Damn. Okay, I'm still gonna buy the game though. No, I'm kidding.
Yep.
VCR to WrestleMania, the Spoonie joke.
Yeah.
Mike Shell, have to lay the fertilizer to grow a garden. But I couldn't have said it better myself. And Eric said, "We'll find out soon. Frankly, I'm tired of the IWC. You and I both, bud. Why do you think I stay off? Why do you think we stay off of Twitter most days?"
Yep. But anyway,
we like to think we are the cooler heads that trying to tell people, "Hey, calm your tits, people. Long term." But it is what it is.
Yeah, but after looking at the gameplay and the quality of the game actually looks pretty good, even though it's still only in a beta version, and hopefully they'll make some appropriate improvements. But overall, the game looks fantastic. The gaming system is more of a back and forth thing. It has counter moves, wrestling holds, so you can, and you just have to do enough damage to your opponent to be able to pin them. You can do counters. You can't go full bore all the time. Sometimes you can attack. Sometimes you have to lay it back and use your momentum. Yes, there is momentum in this game. And thankfully, there's a campaign mode.
Really?
And in the campaign mode, you actually you can't go full bore on matches because you can get injured, and those injuries will carry on through other matches.
Tournament.
Exactly.
In a card game?
In a card game. And moreover, you can do face heel turns, which can change how your entire deck plays out.
Someone call Adam Blampier over at No Rolls Bar. That's something they need to jump on that shit.
As soon as that comes out on retail, I bet you they're gonna be playing that shit on No Rolls Barred.
That sounds awesome.
And moreover, I don't know how they did it, but they've got some recognizable characters you can play in this game. Andre the Giant, the British Bulldog, Kurt Angle, and of course, Macho Man and Kurt.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The Macho
Sounds
Man
like
is
might be-
back in Kurt form. Yeah.
Sounds like might be under the radar of WWE's lawyers then.
Yep, but until they do say any kind of cease and desist orders, when it comes out on retail, I'm definitely copping it. You guys know I'm a big board game fan, and this board game plus wrestling, just give it to me. Gimme. So if you really want to get an in-depth review of what the game is all about, like I said, Shelfside did a very, very good review of the beta version, and the Kickstarter just ended. Well met over its budget, so retail will be dropping sometime this year, probably this summer. So cop that shit. Cop that shit if you want to. All right, second bit of news. You know what day it is, right, guys?
It's Friday.
Oh, that's right.
4:15 p.m.
I didn't have time to watch it.
The weekend doesn't start until the WGGP title is defended, and of
You gotta
course,
jump on that shit. Yeah, your weekend hasn't even started yet, dude.
yeah, man, because the current champion, of course, is none other than the dubbed by Johnny Blood, the Tribal Cheeks himself, Rikishi. And this week's challenger, well, he has the ass, but now she has the legs. That's right. The Tribal Cheeks took on Stacy Keibler.
Another member of the four-way that involved Edge, the Cheeks, and Jeffrey Nero Hardy.
Yes, indeedy. Do you want me to spoil the ending for you?
Hold on, I'm watching it right now.
He's watching. Well, let him watch it. For those
And there we go. I just watched the finish.
Yep.
Yeah, and I can hear it in the background. Yeah,
Yep.
Stacy Keebler fell to the cheeks.
The tribal cheeks acknowledge him.
Give us Rikishi versus Jim Ross already.
I already put the comment in. We must get this.
Is he in Just Bring It?
I don't know.
That might be the thing there, because Jim Ross would have to be in the game.
I put it for No Mercy.
Now, for those wondering, they had a
What is
wheel.
this?
Huh?
Whoa!
They had a wheel, and on the wheel it landed on.
Just Bring It.
So SmackDown Just Bring It is the game. You just need to pick a wrestler in it.
All right then.
So if Jim Ross is in there, great. If
No, he's not.
next to the he's not. Damn. Keep doing it. No, next week, keep doing it. In fact, if they're going to keep with the wheel, dude, that lands on No Mercy, that's when you did that. That's when you say Jim Ross versus the Cheeks.
Boom Boom versus the Tribal Cheeks. And in my last bit of news, this was going to be a bit of a long one, so bear with me. And I just discovered this article a few minutes before we went on air. Chris Van Vliet. Chris Van Vliet gave sorry, teeth were in the way. Chris Van Vliet gave an interview with my boy, Jack Evans. And Jack opens up about his departure, and it is a very telling interview. I have his statement here. What he said on the show is going to be a bit long, so bear with me.
We got time.
First, he talks about his AEW release, and this is verbatim. He says, quote, "I feel like that for the first year, the run was good, and we had a place of a little piece of the semi-comedic tag team going. Not straight comedy, but we were doing stuff with Kevin Smith, and we had a place. Then there was the Mexican border. Me and Angelico got stuck in Mexico, and it got closed for the COVID restrictions. We had a 4-month layoff. I came back, had one match, and then in practice before a match, I broke my face. Then I had another month and a half, a 2-month layoff, and I feel that after that, I never came back. I felt like I deteriorated. I can't even blame it on ring rust. I don't know what happened, but after that, I just never came back. We never had the same momentum, but it wasn't one of those things where I felt like I was wrestling good and the momentum didn't get started. I felt like I had deteriorated in the ring, and it started giving me these self-confidence problems. Anyone knows me who has been in the locker room with me. I am so nervous before my matches. I drive heat. I'm the most annoying guy in the locker room. When I step through the curtain, 100% confidence and even cocky. With this thing, I had to gone through the curtain and still be nervous as hell. After the COVID layoff and the layoff for the face break, I felt on a personal level I never came back to wrestling like me, both character, in-ring, anything. Also, the salary contract made me a bit soft. Where was it? Let's see. There was even a while where I got a little plump. I fell off after that layoff, and I only started getting back on the ball towards the end, and by then, the company had already made up its mind on me. I did get it kind of, not lazy in the ring, but I wasn't as good in the ring, and I was lazy outside of the ring. It all started with the original COVID layoff and the face break layoff." Unquote.
You know what? It seems like both sides saw it coming and saw, okay, see you down the road.
Yeah, and Jack Evans has always been his biggest critic. I've noticed, following him on Twitter for the longest time. Like, he has never been one to ever blame anyone else but himself for whatever happens. Like, anytime I've seen anyone blame AEW for anything that happens to him, he always seems to be the first person to say, "No, it's not them, it's me." So hearing this wasn't all that surprising, and I honestly didn't notice that he had gained weight personally, but then again, I guess I'm not Jack Evans. I guess he would know more than anyone else, and hopefully he can rediscover the confidence again, because Jack Evans, when he's 100%, is better than so many other people. He is one of the best in the world.
And you know what?
Right.
Maybe his run in the Indies will give him that reputation back. You never know.
All right. He continues with when he discusses his partner Angelico. He says, quote, You have to be realistic with yourself, or else whatever problems it was isn't going to get solved. And because I'm such a 9 to 5 wrestler, I don't really have anyone to blame but myself, except for that one incident with Ken where I busted open his lip, which I apologize to hell for. I have no heat with anyone that I know of. There is no politicking against me, so I'd have to really stretch it to be like, oh, it was Chris Harrington, when it really wasn't. Part of the self-awareness is I don't have any other option to blame, or any other option of anyone to blame, because I'm not knee deep in politics. If I'm getting released and Angelico is not, and we're always together in the same meetings talking to the same people, who are you going to blame? It's kind of obvious who the culprit is.
And it's good that they didn't decide to throw out Angelico with Jack Evans just because they're a team. So hopefully, Angelico can find his own footing as a singles wrestler down the line, because he is another person who is, as we've seen multiple times on Lucha Underground, an amazing talent.
Yep.
Wherever he lands, he will do just fine.
Okay, in the final part of this excerpt, he talks about how things would be different if he had missed 4 months due to the COVID restrictions. He says, quote, I don't think in the end it would have changed anything. In the end, it really came down to me having an extended period of laziness. During that period, I probably would have been used more, and maybe I would have stayed on the ball more if I hadn't had that big layoff. I really think I didn't have the right mentality when I was on that salary. I felt like it was going to last forever, unquote.
Wow. It's really interesting hearing him open up about all this stuff.
Yeah, it's very rare that you get somebody who gets laid off, who gets removed from a company, and he puts all the blame on himself. Like, I think the last person
you could say, he's definitely earned it. Like, but you know what? He's self-aware. He knows he fucked up. He said thinks he fucked up. That's fair enough.
And the last person who I remember saying this stuff about himself after getting laid off, W. Morrissey.
Very true, and he of course ended up turning his life around and is now one of the biggest stars Impact has. So hopefully Jack Evans can do something similar. Although the difference is Jack Evans is much older. He's been around so much longer. You have to remember, this guy was around when Wrestling Society X was on the air back in 07.
Yep. He was my boy back then. He's still my boy now.
And
So-
there's still a chance he will be better and find himself a spot. You never know in these situations.
Hey, the guy tagged with Teddy Hart for years. That shows you what kind of commitment he has if he's willing to be around that train wreck for God knows how long.
Way longer than anyone else should, really.
Absolutely.
And if nothing else, maybe Jack Evans is better fit for the independent scene, being a traveler of the world. Because there are some wrestlers who just aren't meant to be, cooped up in one company. We've seen them over the years. We've seen people like Leo Rush, like Kota Ibushi.
We brought up Kota Ibushi at the beginning of the show. Maybe Jack Evans is the same.
There's so many wrestlers out there who just aren't good when they're just combined to one company, and they just get complacent, and they're like, and they need to constantly be on the independent scene, traveling, going down that road, getting motivated every single day to just better themselves, or else, as we've seen Jack Evans, just they get complacent and they just think, oh, I don't have to try as hard anymore.
Yeah, I also think that the pay had an effect on him as well. I mean, he wasn't being paid that much for going around on the independents, but here he is, a guaranteed contract, making more money than he's probably made his entire life. And like he said, it made him lazy.
Yeah, some people, it just goes to their head, and hopefully he can find himself on the independent circuit and just recapture the Jack Evans of old.
Yep, he'll get back to it. He's my boy. He's Jack Evans. Come on, he's gonna make it. He's gonna be good.
There's no shortage of great independent wrestling out there right now.
It only get better once things keep opening up.
You know what? I say go to Hog. Go to Hog. They seem to be doing pretty well for independent guys. Hell, work with Amazing Red. I would love to see him work
House
with
of
Amazing
Glory,
Red.
JD from New York, and Saw Monster on the call. Hell yeah.
Yep. So, hey, if I know JD's got a little bit of stroke, so if hopefully if he gets his act together, JD, dude, put a word in, get him on Hog.
And
I want to see
JC
him.
brings up the whole rumors surrounding Roman Reigns and his whole contract situation.
If any bit of that is true, the E is screwed.
Long story short, yes, he's re-signed, but it sounds to me like he's thinking part-time and thinking Hollywood. The Fed had all this time.
At this
Reigns
point, Drew
leaves.
McIntyre should be feeling like 3 times the deal that he is.
But he isn't, because the Fed is on that mentality. They're fucked.
The moment that
It
Roman
is,
goes
it is
away,
now a matter of when.
the moment Roman goes away for any longer than just a month, that show's gonna feel like a barren waste field.
It already is.
Dude, they are fucked already. Moving on.
I'm done. That's all the news I got.
All right. You feel like they'll announce some decels, bud?
Oh, I've been saving one for the last week.
Ooh.
Ooh, save one just for me to appear. I appreciate that.
Yep. Actually, I got 2 D-Cell battery awards for 2 people who really should learn to shut the fuck up. One for a certain Mr. Gil Jabretti, a.k.a. Disco Inferno. All these goddamn hot takes, and people were like, oh, you should listen to Disco Inferno. He knows what he's talking about. Like, Disco Inferno is a joke. The irony is, he hates comedy wrestling, yet his entire career is based on a comedy gimmick.
Yeah, his whole gimmick was based off of a guy who watched too much Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah. It was and people were like, oh, he was on he was on WCW when it was kicking Raw's ass in the ratings. Yeah, I don't remember people talking about the awesomeness of a Disco Inferno match. In fact, name me one good Disco Inferno match. I have yet to hear this supposed good Disco Inferno match. I'm still waiting.
He had one good match with William Regal.
Yeah, that's because William Regal carried him.
Yeah, William Regal carried him. The only thing Disco Inferno is going to be remembered for there'll be 2 things he'll be remembered for. 1, teaming up with a far better wrestler in Alex Wright, and 2, getting cracked in the back of the head by a much better and more beloved wrestler, aka L.A. Park.
And Rachel Eric brings up he was the worst NWO member.
He is. He fucking is.
I would say he's even worse than Vincent.
Hey, at least Vincent gets fuck money.
Yeah,
True. Very true.
At least Vincent was somewhat cool. But second D-Cell battery goes to none other than Eazy-E, Eric Bischoff. Getting into
I'll
it with
let
CM
you
Punk.
explain it, but I know exactly what he fucked up now.
Yeah, basically he kept talking about the ratings, and Punk got into his ass, and he claimed to have clapped black at him, but Twitter basically roasted him over the open coals, with me even saying, the last 2 companies you were with, you drove one of them out of business, and you nearly drove the second one out of business with your supposed friends. Like, Eric, if you were as knowledgeable, if you were as revolutionary, if you were as wise in professional wrestling as you think you are, start your own wrestling company. Use that controversy, create cash money to start your own wrestling company. Do it with Vince Russo. Do it with Gil Jabretti. Do it with Ryback. Show us all these stupid internet marks that we are completely wrong about you. But until then, there's only one thing you should do. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Now, as for my losers, Raw because, well, Raw.
Yeah.
NXT because I don't care about NXT anymore.
That's bad.
That ending to that match that we saw on Rampage. I know there might be some seeds planted, but still not very good.
For now, fair enough.
And
and rageful Eric, I'm gonna read this before I read mine. Go ahead.
And finally, Wrestling Pod.
Okay.
Wrestling Pod did a video talking about the darkest days in Mexican wrestling. The first story was about the death of La Parca. The problem was He didn't realize, he completely either didn't know or completely forgot that the La Parka who died wasn't the original La Parka. The original La Parka is wrestling as L.A. Park, and he is still very much alive.
And
So-
still wrestling for MLW.
Exactly.
Oops.
So yeah, for a wrestling podcast, for a wrestling YouTube show, you got to get your P's and Q's right. So yeah, as a reminder to anybody who happened to watch that video, the original La Parka is not dead. He is still alive. You fucked up, Wrestling Pod. You fucked up.
I ain't even pressing buttons on this one. Revengeful Eric. And Rageful Eric. I'll get the damn name right, I swear. Controversy or narrative? Oh,
That is awesome.
You mean contort your narrative? I mean, I'm sorry. Conjoint? No. Convert? No. Control your narrative. That's what it. Yeah. I like contort your narrative more. D-up.
I'll just go WWE loser because I can't decide who's face or heel because apparently they decided to turn Ciampa back to being a face and Lacey Evans back to being a heel again.
Yeah, I'm just gonna yeah. Fad gets a loser for exactly that. New Japan and Kota Ibushi. I'm putting them both on loser. Look, y'all are acting like y'all are allegedly adults, right? All right. New Japan, Kota, you're both adults and a company run by adults, right? Quit bitching, get together and negotiate. Simple as that. Oh, and Mike Shaw brought up the obvious one. I have one loser, Ranger Sup. I will just say that we don't talk about Benta. No, we don't talk about Benta. Yeah.
Who
The
the
thief.
fuck is Benta?
The thief.
Yep. Folks,
Fucking thief.
I don't know if I commented on Twitter. I don't think I did, but I will say this. We are aware, and obviously when we come back with recap, we're definitely bringing that up, obviously, because we are still going to Ranger Stop. We are not going to let one guest fuck up a vacation that, it'll be almost 3 years since we've seen each other in person. Let's, fuck it, know?
Matty, I just want to warn you and your friends to watch your stuff around said thief.
I know. Believe me, we have our champ, the Riley, the former Riley, I should say. He said hi Joe Banners at Ranger Stop. So yeah. Believe me, we're not part of the mob, but we agree with the mob. Yeah, the Ranger, the Toku fandom, Ranger Twitter, and all that stuff. Yeah, we know. Yeah, they know. Yeah, there's heat.
Was this the guy that stole the banners for the cancer kids?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is where I wish I was on recap so I could do some fact checking. The first Power Morphicon, they had a few banners. Everyone signed them, sold them, and the money would go to charity. Benta allegedly stole one of them. Didn't even apologize. So, I don't know. You know what? I'm looking at that because you look at the image, here's some sponsorship, and this is not the first time they tried to get Benta, by the way. Like, people were talk them off the ledge. This time, I get the feeling someone's getting paid. And, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. And, Eric, I invite probably, but someone got paid. Money is involved. And not in the, we pay you to show up to our convention way. I hate to go public on it, but that's my 2 cents on the thing. Someone got paid. I don't know who. I'm just being alleged here. I'm just saying. I don't know why the fuck they would get Samuel Benta. They should know better. But you know what? Your guess is as good as mine. I think someone got paid.
I have another loser.
Who's
Ric Flair.
For
Wait.
wrestling Jay Lethal in that one video?
Apparently he's actually training to make a comeback.
No.
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 Okay, no.
No.
No. Jay Lethal? Tell him no. No. Fuck no.
Jay, we know you love Rick. We know you respect Rick, but please.
And he did okay.
No.
He did okay, but no.
He's not Sting.
According to Dave Meltzer, quote, Ric Flair is training to wrestle again. The stories about his return are accurate.
No.
What?
No. For once, I hope Papa Dave is wrong. No.
I'm fairly certain even Dave Meltzer hopes he's wrong.
No. I know you got inspired by Sting trying to be the craziest motherfucker in the company, especially a company with Jeff Hardy and Darby Allin. No.
No.
At least we know AEW is never going to touch Ric Flair with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, the dark side of the ring thing kind of put a kibosh on that, but
who's to say Vince won't take him back eventually? Because we all know Vince will sign anyone.
He's always up for that nostalgia
let's move
pop.
the winners before we get too sad.
All right, winners. Easy enough. AEW for probably one of the best dynamites they put on all year, and that's really saying something. Between the Owen Hart Cup, all the things going on there, that the segment of the year right now with that MJF Wardlow segment.
I don't know if it'll stay that way, but goddamn, it's a heavy contender.
They're gonna have to do a lot of shit just to make that, just to surpass that shit. Let's see. Of course, Long Island for taking over Canada's spot as BIZARO-LAND. All-time wrestling. If you're not into board games, but if you like wrestling, check this out. I'm serious. Check out the review. You'll be amazed at how loyal it stays to actually being a wrestling match in card format. Look that shit up. Please do look that shit up. Let's see. So there's a winner in here that's a non-wrestler. I'm trying to remember. Damn. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember it. But if I remember it, I'll say it. All right, you guys go.
All right, T-Dub.
I'll give my winner out to Martha Hart, as well as Oj and Athena for returning to the world of pro wrestling on television for the first time in ages.
That's it.
It's good to see them back.
That was it. That's my last winner. Thank you.
We'll make it a sweep on that. We'll make it a sweep on that. I have them on my list as well.
All right, go on ahead, Matty.
Well, outside of the Owen Hart's immediate family, who, but by the way, I could not imagine the courage of trying to face that. Hopefully that you enjoyed the show, and that's the only thing I can hope. Danhausen and Hook, for all of the obvious reasons, and CM Punk, for all of the obvious reasons. Before we finish with the plugs and all that stuff, no show next week. As I mentioned, I am on a boat by next Friday. I'm on a big old ship in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, that'll be one of the sea days, actually, Friday. So, yeah, I'm in the middle of the ocean, enjoying my time off, going away and exploring a small chunk of the world, and just staring at the sea and playing, freaking Retromania on the Switch. That being said, we'll be back in a couple of weeks. AEW Double or Nothing will be the preview show and all that stuff, and you damn right I'm looking forward to that. But before we do anything else, plugs.
Let me just jiggle the cord so I can get the plug out. And yes, here's the plug right here for Shintigercurl's YouTube channel, Maxicorn, for all of your War Machine and War Hordes lore purposes. The best channel to ever do it. Well, the only do it. Also, I finished downloading some music for my for my first playthrough video of Marvel Champions, and T-Dub will be happy to know that the music I've chosen for my Marvel Champions videos will be from Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Gonna take you for a ride.
Yep. So, hopefully, after I've done babysitting my nephews and doing what I need to do, it'll probably be out next week if nothing unforeseen happens. So, just remember, it's youtube.com/Shintigercurl. Also, drop something in my PayPal because I needs to fix me teeth. And that's all.
T-Dub?
Of course, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for video game reviews. Currently working on a big ol' honkin' one, which should be out sometime in early June.
All right, Bob. Sorry, that was fit. If you want to see the video, I'm sorry, I thought you had more than that. If you want to see T-Dub's latest video, just a tad early, patreon.com/TWK reviews, even about gets you an access to that early. Of course, I have my PayPal tip jar, paypal.me/Matty316. Donations are optional, but very much appreciated. I should get that link to your Cash App and on the screen too, as well as shit. I think that ought to be. DM me something to that in a couple of weeks. We'll get down on the screen for you.
Cool, thanks.
Twitter at MattyJ316, at TWK, at Shintigercurl. We'll get merch. We got a Discord in the description as well. The Wrestle-Cast@gmail.com for any of your inquiries or comments. Well, if we have time, like we would this evening, we definitely will. We'll talk about it. We'll read them. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the show. That's it for me for a couple of weeks. The next show I'm doing is probably Monk's. I'm probably doing Monk's Parliament over at the monastery because we watched Karas, which is an anime which has with Kamen Rider and see, I do it. See T-Dub? That's what I'm talking about earlier. Garo vibes out of it. It's 2005, and it's fucking awesome.
Oh, you know who's excited for the upcoming Kamen Rider movie?
What?
Hideo Kojima. He's excited for it.
Good for him.
Nice, Kojima-sensei.
Yeah, good for him. So yeah, and I don't know if we're doing a recap. If we do, that'll be the same thing. If not, hey, next thing you hear me will be over Thing. I think. I'm burnt out. I need a vacation. All that shit. On behalf of everybody, including Shintigercurl.
Matt Taven sucks, and you can't teach that.
TWK.
One day, you will all bask in Matt Taven's glory.
I would have also accepted Jonathan Gresham as a human being. Because if we're going to throw shit and sling shit at each other, why not?
Because he is a human being. Jonathan Gresham is a human being. Matt Taven is a former world champion, and he'll be world champion again because he's won all the ROH belts. He might as well win all the Impact belts as well.
Liar.
My name's Matty J. Reminding you to help professional wrestling. Support your independent promotion as soon as possible. I'll be on Oasis of the Seas, everybody. Let's have a party or two. Bye, everybody. Bye.
I need a vacation.